Okay, so we have bought two bunnies. Our first one. So this is our female. Her name's Tiffany. And this is the lovely cage we have for her. Made it myself. And she is about 1 year old now. And she is getting paired up with Peter to hopefully have babies. That one was my brother's, and this is the one that I ended up buying. And he actually was found outside of a pet store, and that pet store couldn't look after him, so he went to another pet store, and that's where they looked after him for quite a bit, actually. Just to remind you guys, this is the husband right here. Cody, get out of the way. Get out, get out. Hey, say hi to the camera. Hey, good boy. Hey, this is the husband right here, Peter Albino, 3 years of age. Cody just can't get away from him. Hey, mister. But yeah, it's finally happened. And then I bought him, obviously. And, yeah, so now we've got our two bunnies together. And this is the first attempt at getting baby bunnies.
Gold original, finely crafted with a rich, full taste for the people and moments that matter. Nescafe Gold, when taste matters.
Okay, so the first attempt was a failure. She acted as if she was pregnant, like she was pulling out her fluff to make a nest and she was making a nest, but it wasn't actually real. So, yeah, so now we're going to be trying again, and here's the second attempt. So, this will be attempt number 2. They've already done it, because, you know, the first time just put them together and they already did it. But, anyways, yeah, this is attempt number 2. I won't show it to you guys, because I can't. But yeah, this is like their little outside area. Put that there so Peter can't get out. Then we just have a whole bunch of fencing, their cage, and then we go behind the shed, and you just have this little area at the back of the shed. It's pretty good. They seem to love it because of the grass and stuff. But yeah, that's our couple right there. So this is the second time we have tried with our bunnies, and this time, as you can see, she is pregnant. So we will be expecting babies very soon. I'll keep you guys informed. So, if you ever do have bunnies of your own, not babies, baby bunnies of your own, never touch them with your hands, because if the mother bunny smells that the baby bunnies smell like humans and not her own, she will most likely kill them / attack them. And, like, you never really want that, so, yeah, don't do that. But when the bunnies start coming out of their nest to run around the house and, you know, be ready, I will record again there. And, if I ever do catch her feeding the babies by giving them milk, I will try and catch that as well for you guys. But anyways, you will see the next video of the baby bunnies very soon. We have got success. We have got 8 babies right there, 2 dark ones, 6 pink ones. And she's a bit aggressive right now because she doesn't like it. But this is for you guys. There they are. No, don't bite me, girl. yeah, so I will take another video of them when they're grown up. But this is what they look like when they're babies. So today we checked on the nest of the bunnies, and we ended up finding 9 bunnies in total that we ended up finding. And apparently they've got really round bellies, and this is 24 hours after she gave birth to them. And so it apparently looks like she has been feeding them, and she only actually needs to feed them twice a day, once every 12 hours, because her milk, bunny's milk, is the most caloric milk out of any milks that are out there. So that's pretty much why. So soon we'll be having 9, if everything goes well with every single one of them, 9 little bunnies running around the house. Hey everybody. So this is what the babies look like at 1 week.
That one's a boy. And that one's a boy.
There you go, there's your buddies. Right? So the skinny ones I keep feeding. Like this one is a very skinny one. I'm not sure if he's going to make it.
Yeah, he's very skinny.
Yeah?
Wait, so one of the widest ones is fat.
So
One of the white ones is skinny.
we got 3 dark browns,
Yeah, got like
2
two grey.
whites, 2 greys, and 1 brown.
Oh my god.
Oh, I fell over. It's like, oh, I'm tired. Let's go to sleep now. Oh gosh, it's coming off the mat. Not okay. It's going back.
The eyes still closed, eh?
Oh, look at you.
It's so skinny. I don't like that.
In the right hold. There you go. Because all that you need to do is you need to put a little bit of milk on his mouth. And then he'll start
And he'll start shaking.
no, he'll start licking it. He'll start eating it. See?
He's got milk up his nose.
Yeah, you have to start gently because they're not used to this. Because it's not mummy's titty, obviously.
Oh, it's poison. Oh, come on.
And eventually, no, see, and eventually he starts.
Well, it doesn't taste like Mum's.
No, it will always be different, that's right. Yeah, it's getting the hang of it. See, and every little bit extra.
Helps.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, this is a sort of skinnier one. So we just need to help the process by feeding it ourselves, just to give the best chance for them to survive.
Stop moving too much.
That's because they're warm.
Or is he just gonna keep licking it?
Yep. When he's full, he stops.
Well, why not suck on it?
No, that doesn't really suckle.
Going to put each of them?
All the thin ones, not the fatty ones, because they're getting enough from mum.
Oh, the skinny one you feed.
Yeah.
This is goat milk with 100% heavy cream
Oh,
mixed into it.
Yep.
Because bunny milk is the most caloric milk of all the milks.
Mm-hmm.
So, luckily for you guys, and for me I guess, I caught her feeding the babies. It may not be a very good recording, but like, she sort of covers up the babies anyways, and we did sort of disturb her as well, so she had a short feeding period, which is not ideal, but what she actually does is she doesn't just like lie down next to them and they suckle on her teats, but actually what she does is she stands over them and she dribbles from her teats and they lick that up, like they did in the drinking of the video. They didn't suckle, they didn't even try to suckle, they licked.
They're definitely feeding. Look at him.
Yeah, look at it.
He's just standing over top of it.
2 weeks. They're running around, eyes open, they can move their ears a lot. Sure, they still stay in the nest a bit, but that's only to keep warm. But as you can see right here, they're now constantly annoying their mother for milk. He's trying to get under. She just moves away. Watch this, here we go. No? Look at them. Your eyes are open. Running around. And they know where their nest is, because they always go back to it. Get that size now. Three weeks. Yep. Zo, they hebt zijn oogjes geopengemaakt. En nu zijn ze heel wakker. Die gaat krabben. Die gaat jumping. Gaat likken. Springen. Lopen. Die kunnen ook clean themselves. Ja, daar is 4. Dat zijn de slaap. This is the baby bunnies at 3 weeks old. As you can see, they are now eating. Like, we gave them a bit of food there, and they're actually chewing on it now. So, next week we will separate them from their mother so that their mother can have a break of them doing that. Just the whole time just giving milk. Hey, you want a break? So yeah, 1 more week and they'll be on their own. And then we're gonna sell them in 8 more weeks after that. Since the baby bunnies are so old now, well, 3 weeks old, they are now going straight to their mother every time she comes into the cage and sort of like annoying her until they give her milk. Go.
Oh, it's feeding time.
He's got no choice. He's basically got no choice. There you go. Positioning.
She's not standing up. She has to like stand up.
Now she's going to stand. Yeah, now she's lifting her front legs.
Oh no. Oh, this torture. Oh no.
That one is still missing out.
Confirm it.
Oh, I can eat the hard food. It doesn't matter. Finish it myself.
It's fast.
Look how rough it is now compared to what it was ages ago.
Yeah, I found something, see? He's latching on.
Go upside down for it.
Everybody's feeding now. So we're going.
Did you see how amazing it is?
Every day.
So there's enough nipple for each.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's only got 8. That's why one of them ended up dying.
But look, just look at it. I mean, she's basically got no choice but to feed them. Because as soon as she arrives, they go nuts.
I just place it
And
down.
that's why in
2 seconds.
3 days we'll be removing her from them because then they can fend for themselves and eat and drink them for
She's
themselves.
still okay feeding them, see? Okay. Just leave them at peace.
Close the lid now. Okay, close the lid.
And that's the new feeding. It's quite rough. This is the bunnies at 4 years old. Years? No, not years, weeks. They are, not you. Yay, are you? They're pretty big, as you can see. That's the size of my hand. They're bigger than my hand now. At first, I could fit them in the palm of my hand, and now I can't even fit them in my whole hand. They're super active, almost doing everything that a normal bunny would, except that their poos are super duper tiny, super duper cute. I think I got one here. Yeah. Super tiny. But yeah, and that they're not the same size as well, so it's a pretty big difference. But that's them at 4 weeks. This is the baby bunnies at 5 weeks old. I now can no longer fit them in my hand. They are much bigger than my hand, as you can see now. But what I find really weird is the ears. The ears are now so big in proportion to their body. It's like the ears were just like, hey, I'm gonna grow first, and then the body can grow. We have now separated them from their mother because they are no longer feeding from her, and they now have the whole cage to themselves. But they still love to cuddle up. Look at that one, so cute. Yes, they're still cute, even at 5 weeks. Yeah, there you go. They still like to be in the dark hutch, though. This is the baby bunnies at 5 weeks and 3 days. And today, we have our first lop ear. First ear to be on the side.
Yep, it's definitely lop ear. That's definitely lopped.
And you've only got one food bowl accessible at the moment. And everybody wants some food. If people climbing over top of each other. Look at this white one just pushing through. This is the baby bunnies at 6 weeks old. They are now officially starting to seek attention. Like that. Sometimes when you're just like sitting down or something, they'll huddle around your feet. And if you stop petting them, they'll just stay still. And yes, I'm also surprised, but sometimes they're still feeding off of their mummy, which is kind of weird, because they're 6 weeks now, so it shouldn't really be that way. So why do they like attention so much nowadays? I mean, it's good that they're liking attention. See, they still chase their mother. Like, sometimes it's just so adorable. Like, just before, there were like 6 of them, I think, all huddled up in a little corner. And, they all were just sitting there. Well, not in a corner, just like right in front of my feet. And they were all just sitting there, like letting me pat them. I was just patting all of them. It was so adorable. Yeah, this is them in 6 weeks. As you can see, they're super energetic now. Oh, but they're also showing signs of tiredness, I guess. Because now, like, in the cage, most of the time they're not in their hutch anymore. And they're just lying down on the floor outside their hutch. And this is what I mean with trying to hump each other. They can't do anything to each other yet, because like they're not mature yet, because they're mature at 8 months to 12 months, and they're only 6 months, so wait, I mean 8 to 12 weeks. See, look at this, it's crazy. Freaking babies humping each other. It's unbelievable. All of them are in on it, by the way. They're all just circling each other. It's just crazy how young they start. I mean, they're only practicing, but it still just doesn't seem right. Like, at all. Like, they don't even care which one it is, because as you can see here, there's a brown one following a gray one, that's following a brown one, that's following a white one. So clearly, it doesn't matter if they're a boy or a girl, they're gonna try humping each other. And that's how you can tell that they're just practicing. Look at this, right there. You see that? It is just so weird. I mean, after a while they would stop. Because, like, a few of them have stopped now. A few of them just don't care anymore. See? It just goes on for a little while, and then they just stop again. Look how fast they're eating. Those were full cabbage leaves. And look how small they are now already, and I only just grabbed my phone. I gave them to him, grabbed my phone, came back, and they're small. This is the baby bunnies at 7 weeks old. They are very close to being ready to get adopted by another family. And oh my god, it is getting really hard to look after them because, as you can see here, that giant chunk of cabbage right there, they'll probably have finished in an hour. An hour and that's already gone. And 5 days and this entire cage floor was just poo. God, that was so stinky to clean up as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It has been a very long journey with these bunnies. Seeing them all grow up. We lost one in the process. But these are the 8 that ended up making it through the long journey. We will be turning them in to the pet store today for other owners to take care of them. They are in the car right now, and I'll update you guys when we are at the pet store. So, we're now back from the pet store, and as you may have already noticed, we still have the baby bunnies. Because, apparently, even though we had mentioned to the pet store that we had baby bunnies, and they were available and ready in 5 weeks, for some reason, they're full. They were full of baby bunnies. So there was no room for our baby bunnies to go. So now we will be putting them on Trade Me. We will be checking back with the pet store if we can drop them off and when we might be able to drop them off. I upgraded the cage. They got poopies and stuff underneath there and another platform for standing on up here. And look how big they are, honestly. Freaking enormous. Yay. Yay. Look how big you are. It's so big. They're loving the top. They hop up onto it every night, lying down. I think they just enjoy the extra space.